So, what's up, guys? It's here by or Quadigi. And I bring you guys another different type of video, or another Black Ops 4 video, I should say. I was gonna upload some World War II today, but Fire Shotguns didn't wanna let me get a VT rocket for a banger video for you guys. So I think I'm gonna upload today's World War II video that I had planned for next week. Because today I want to talk about Black Ops 4 because we might get the beta tomorrow, guys. This is something I wanted to mention before we get into the main topic of this video. Charlie Into actually tweeted out that the actual Call of Duty Twitter from Germany and France actually put out a little visual, and it said 1 day left before the beta, which means, which implies that the beta is gonna come out tomorrow. So we're probably gonna get it early again. This past weekend when we got it early, it was at Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So keep that in mind. 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is when we got it last time. If the trend is correct, we should be able to get it at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time again. So make sure you guys drop a like, drop a subscription, turn on those post notifications if you guys didn't know that. Let's be ready for this beta tomorrow. You guys already know I'm gonna be fucking lit. But yeah, guys, what I want to talk about in today's video is 5 helpful tips to help you become the best Black Ops 4 player you can be. I'm not going to tell you how to become the best Black Ops 4 player in general, because that's kind of hard to do. The game is really new, and that's kind of impossible to say, who can be the best Black Ops 4 player in general. So I want you to become the best version of Black Ops 4 player that you can be. And these 5 tips that I'm about to give you guys will help you a ton. And these are tips that should be kind of easy to generalize, but I think in telling you guys the tips in verbal form and having you guys reinforce it while playing it is going to be a good idea. Some of you guys might already know these tips, because I know a lot of you guys are pretty great players, but this is more to help people that are, on Xbox, they haven't played the game yet. And I feel like these tips should be kept in mind even if you're already experienced, because this game is very different from other Call of Duties. You guys saw my review on this game. So let's get through the tips. First one is learn the minimap. In this game, the minimap is not like any other minimap, or the radar, for lack of a better word. But the minimap or the radar is not like any other Call of Duty. In this game, they have a sort of fog of war, sort of a minimap in which everything's kind of fogged up, I guess you could say. But the moment that you see somebody, their red dot will appear, regardless if they're wearing Ghost or not. This fog of war element in this Call of Duty cannot be canceled out through Ghost or Cold-Blooded, which I think is kind of weird, and I don't know if they will change that. But if they don't change that, then obviously this tip will help you a lot. So basically, if your teammates or you see the enemy from a certain distance, you can see on your minimap how far you can look at. Basically, if one of you guys sees the enemies, they all appear on the minimap for you, and so everybody has a good tracking of where enemies are from a very certain distance. It's not a far distance, but sometimes I feel like the game glitches out and you can actually see people through walls, on the radar. Anyways, that's what it seems like. So I really hope they kind of clean up the radar in a sense, or kind of take it out. It is a pretty broken feature in my opinion, unless they perfect it. So stay with your teammates, or maybe you guys should all spread out. And the same goes for your enemies. If one of if your enemies get within your line of sight, whether behind you or around you, they can actually sense you. It's kind of like Sixth Sense in a way. It's kind of like everybody has an integrated Sixth Sense in the game, so it's really hard to be a little bit sneaky. So learn the minimap. Don't be a fool. And don't think just because you're behind somebody that they don't know that you're behind them. Chances are they'll notice you in a second. Second tip is to not drop shot. If you guys haven't played this game, you guys know that Call of Duty has always been fundamentally drop shotting. In every Call of Duty, you never really got a penalty for drop shotting. But in this Call of Duty, they actually have you they have your left hand come up, so it makes it a hip fire when you drop shot. Which is really weird, because we never had that before in Call of Duty history. And by implementing that little feature where your hand kind of comes up as you're shooting your weapon, as you're diving down or going up, it pretty much makes drop shotting not usable. It's usable in very, very close engagements, but if you're a certain distance away, it definitely does not help you at all. It in fact hurts you, and you will lose almost every gunfight if you decide to drop shot. So that's my number 2 tip. Don't drop shot, because drop shotting will just kill you in this game. And that leads me to tip number 3. Always jump shot. Jump shotting in this game is pretty overpowered. I heard they were going to nerf it this next weekend, but regardless if they nerf it or not, jump shotting will forever help you a lot more than drop shotting. One, jump shotting is a benefit because they aren't able to aim for your head. You know, headshots in this game matter a lot because they give you extra damage. And since there's extra health in this game, the extra damage will come a long way if you're able to hit all your shots on the head. So making yourself an even a harder opponent to hit on the head, that gives you an advantage. And then the jump in this game allows you to jump continuously and at a pretty higher rate than other Call of Duties. Like, you don't lose momentum when you keep jump shotting, or you don't lose momentum. Like right here, that perfect kill right there was an example of how jump shotting really helped him right there, because jump shotting is not nerfed in any way, at least in this current build of the game. You don't really get like a little stamina decrease when you jump shot, so literally jump shotting like continuously, like all over the map, will help you a ton. Plus you get a lot more speed when you jump as well, if I'm not mistaken. So jumping and jump shotting in general will help your play style so much more, whether you're a camper or rusher or whatever type of player you are. Jump shotting is the way. And now here's another big tip. A lot of these tips are movement tips, if you guys have noticed. The number 4 tip is slide around corners, or try to slide around your enemies. If you guys didn't know, when you slide, your enemies can't keep track of you. The aim assist turns off, which I don't know why they would do that. I think that's kind of dumb in my opinion, but for whatever reason they put it in the game. But your aim assist turns off when you aim at somebody that's sliding. So if you're sliding, your opponents will have a tougher time tracking you down. And while you're sliding, you can be shooting them and then come for a jump shot and destroy them with all your precision. That would be the best way to play. Cornering or sliding around corners and then jump shotting would be the way to go. I mean, you kind of see it in my gameplay here sometimes. I'd be sliding and then jumping at certain times. Like right there, I jumped around a corner because it worked out for me, and then slide. You know, when you're around a group of enemies, definitely try sliding, because your enemies will not have a really good track on you, and it's pretty much of the developers reason for putting no aim assist while you're freaking sliding. So it's definitely overpowered to slide in this game. It's overpowered to jump shot. So in terms of movement, jump shot and slide around every corner or wherever you can. Now right here, I'm on top of something and I'm still jump shotting. Like, jump shotting is just the way to go, guys. So hopefully I kind of explained those movements enough. You know, don't drop shot, always jump shot. Try to slide around corners if you can, or jump shot around corners is the way to go as well. So, you know, this is all to help you survive certain gunfights. You know what I mean? And now number 5, this is probably pretty much a given, but you'd be surprised by how many people forget to do this, because this is another feature that has been added to this Call of Duty game. And that is to always heal when possible. Whether you're running the stim shot, whether you're running the body armor like a noob, whether you're running the acoustic sensor, always try to heal when you can. Even if you can do it within like the middle of 2 gunfights, that would be the most perfect way to do it. So after you get damaged, even by a little bit, always heal up. Press that X button, press that L1 button, press that L2 button, whatever you use to heal. Heal up before going into your next engagement. You know, heal up while you're in a corner. You know, your health regenerates really fast once you press that button. You know, the cooldown might be kind of slow depending if you're running stim shot or not. But if you're not running stim shot, then obviously still kind of like recover as much as you can. Always keep your button, or always keep your controller, or keep your fingers on that button to heal. Because running into a gunfight with full health is the biggest factor in winning gunfights in this game. A lot of gunfights are actually actual gunfights in this game. You won't be like one shot by anything, most likely. You won't be, you know, 2-tapped by anything unless you're using a really powerful weapon with a bunch of attachments. So that's why you always want to be at full health. You know, the health mechanic is in this game for a reason. the health mechanic is meant to be put in the game to raise the skill gap. So if you're always healing, you understand the skill of the game, and you're able to, you know, run into as many engagements as you can. So, in my opinion, I would say kill 1 or 2 guys, and then always heal up as soon as you're done with that gunfight. Or if you get into a gunfight and you both survive, you're around corners or something, and you're waiting for the other to pop out, heal up, and then maybe slide towards your opponent and jump shot them around the corner if they're waiting there. You know, there's a lot of different ways that you could approach that dynamic, but always healing will help you the best. So, those are my 5 tips. Learn the minimap, learn the minimap, learn to not drop shot, always jump shot, slide around corners, and always heal when possible. Especially always healing in the minimap. The always healing and the minimap tips are going to help you a ton. So, hopefully you guys are ready for this Black Ops 4 beta tomorrow. Make sure you guys turn on those post notifications. Subscribe if you're new. You know, like the video if you learned something here today. And let me know if you guys have already been implementing these tips into your own gameplay. And let me know if you guys have any other tips that people should learn about. Because I was thinking about it, I was like, these are pretty much 5 fundamental tips that people should get when they play this game, in my opinion. So, hopefully this wasn't a dumb video. You know, I just thought of uploading this to, you know, kind of help people for the future. And just know, guys, I'm going to be streaming a lot when this weekend comes. So, I freaking love you all. You guys are all big freaking ballers. And I'll see you guys all later. Bye.